Ooh, I like the new particles here of like all the question marks. Is there anything else new? Let's see. Have fun testing if you... Okay, so no info. Skills is what it's called, right? Yes, oh my god, that's a lot. So, from what I've heard, these appear around 4 or 10, right? Can you buy them? I guess we're gonna play a game, I'll see. But they said it's a more, like, most experimental thing they've done. Let's see on Steam. The biggest and most experimental yet. In round 4 and 10, you'll be able to pick 1 out of 3 skills. So it's kind of like another round where you get to decide, right? It's the same as your round 8, like, unique for your class. But I guess every class can get each skill. Skills are a special kind of item that makes up the gameplay and opens up new kinds of builds. I wonder if this is going to be too much. Like, now you have the class items, you'll have amulets, which are random. Now you have another 2 turns. I think it's good though. It's good that they're experimenting. We'll see. There are 2 examples. Okay, we're going to check the skills anyway. So, first one is Spicy Banana. Stored banana activates. It has a lot of stars to the right of it. 30% chance to gain heat, so you basically can turn your bananas into heat scaling. Whenever you use a stamina, heal for free. Oh, so you use a lot of stamina because you also speed up with the heat. You heal every time you do. Actually, it's kind of cool. Kind of cool. Not, you just play a heavy weapon build with this, right? Like maybe double X or something. I could see that working. Smelly wall. What? It's an onion. Why is it called smelly wall? Spicy banana smelly wall. The start garlic. I only see 1 star right now. Might be more. The start garlic gains +5 armor. Whenever you gain 20, you inflict a poison. So basically, this is whenever you gain 20 armor from any source, right? You could just do an armor build, inflict poison. Although it's not much. If you gain 100 armor, you only inflict 5 poison. So it's not super relevant, I guess. But if you have continuous armor gain, and you have like scaling with your poison, let's say you have something that doubles your poison, like Death Sight, seeing this, then it could be interesting. Can you also get the same thingy twice? Could you get this twice, for example? I have no idea. Piggy Pinata. Destroying a piggy bank generates items instead. So instead of gold, you get items. I wonder if the value is going to be more or the same. I hope that value is more, otherwise this would not really be worth it, right? Shop entered piggy banks have 20% chance to explode. What does explode mean? What does that mean? Like break by themselves? So you don't need a hammer? Like you just have pigs and then they randomly explode? That's so fucking weird. But I guess it's good because then you can just farm money and sometimes it's a short like a hammer. Okay, so then you don't have to buy a hammer. It's actually good. 30% is not very high, but good. I'd prefer 50% or something. Pig is worth about 10 gold. Okay, that's good. This is a fun item, I would say. Item if you're ahead, if you're stacking pigs early, this would be good. But usually you're not getting this, right? Investment opportunity. Oh, I like the art for this. Shop entered, gain 2 gold. Start item, use buff, gain 2 maximum health. Wait. So you gain extra gold every turn. That's good. This is basically a better piggy bank, right? That occupies less space. It has stars. And when they use buffs, you gain max health. I don't know. This seems like an item that you're picking when you're very ahead. The effect is also not that strong, right? Super spacious. Bags appear more often in the shop and have 50% chance to be on sale. You just get more bags. Okay, it has stars and diamonds around it. Starred items trigger 5% faster for each free slot. So you basically just need 4 free slots to get like a 20% speed boost on the stars, right? So it's like a glove that you can put on 4 items for 4 spaces. So it's like 2 gloves or 40% speed. It's the same. It's the same as having 2 gloves, essentially, right? If you do the math, 2 gloves is 4 spaces, 20% on each side. Yeah, it's literally the same, but it just gives you more bag slots for sale and shop. I think it's good. I think I like this. Very flexible. I don't know how the positioning is going to be though. That might be a bit difficult. I wonder if it's possible to get infinite poison and armor somehow with corrupted crystals and armor and garlic skill. You can't get infinite. Wait, when you get poison, you gain armor, and when you gain armor, you gain poison. You would need so many crystals though. I don't think it's possible. In theory, yeah, but I don't think it's possible. Doesn't sound that good. I think it's good because the turn you pick this, you already have 20% speed because you can leave the diamonds open, right? On 4 items. So if you have shit this could be useful on, I don't know. And in the long run, it's gonna save you some money and help with that. This is good if you go Mega Clover, for example, because the biggest issue with Mega Clover, you already have seals in the shop, but it's continuously getting space because of all the clovers you get. Measure of use if you get it though. But is it possible? It was 20 armor is a poison. How much poison? Crystal. 7 debuffs is 6 armor. So I need 7 poison. That's already over 100, like 40 armor, right? Right? Yeah. 140 armor. That's not possible. It's just not possible. Okay. It's slime time. I love this design. Gooblings can appear in the shop. On buy, generate a goobling. Every 4 seconds, advance all goobers and gooblings. So you can get gooblings. I don't know what it is. Goobling. So that's 2 stars. It's a tiny goob. 3 star item activations, heal for 5. It's just a tiny goob. Okay, sure. Sure. And every 4 seconds during combat, all goobers. So it's basically an extra trigger on all the goobers that you have. So if you play a bunch of gooblings and goobers, you trigger them. But normal gooblings only heal. I guess it's good in like unhealing or some sort of sustain. I don't think it's that good. Unless you speed this up a lot and you have like a steel goober that you keep like damage killing something. I don't know. You get 3 death sides, 6 crystals should be enough. 6 crystals, 3 death sides. Oh, dude, that seems so hard. Is it even possible to get 6 crystals? I've never seen that. Because there's a soft cap, right? Maybe it's possible. But if it's possible, someone probably should have done it already, right? Shielded! Start shields have 50% chance to block. Okay, more chance to block. Start armors trigger 30% faster. So with vamp armor, is really good. It has a lot of stars. So basically your shields get better. If you're playing Fatigue Reaper, which is not really a real build, but if you're playing anything with a lot of armor, this is just good, right? Yeah. You get some moon shields around it. Get some, like, armor triggers, the only armors I can think of is like holy armor, vampiric armor. What other armors trigger? Like dark armor has a cooldown, right? That's just an okay defensive item. You probably get this round 10 though, not round 4. Like round 4 and 10 you get skills. Some are clearly better for the early game, like the money. Some are definitely better for the late game. Stoned. There's no way that there's a badge called Stoned and it's a person. Why is this artwork a person? Is this person stoned? She looks stoned. Is this she? They look stoned. Huh? Stone or stone golem dealt damage. Gain 40% of the damage as armor. So this is just if you have a stone golem build, which is not very common, but you can build it. You gain armor. While you have armor, 40% chance to prevent hits from being critical. If you have armor, you have a super high crit resist. You could also just do a stone build, but stone builds aren't good. She looks like she got hit by a stone, or she just looks stoned. Interesting decision to... I don't know why this badge is the head of a person when it's about stones and stone golem and it's called stone. Anyway, hardwood. Dude, these names are fucking insane. Hardwood, really? The start pattern is very interesting. Start common melee weapons deal plus 200... What? Common melee weapons. Which are the common? It's like wood sword. Is torch common? I think it's a rare already. Plus 200% damage. The thing is, this is just early. You'd never play a common weapon in the late game, right? Never. Like tiny bows, I guess. But you always upgrade them and then they also are not common anymore. Daggers are rares. So this is just only okay for a couple early turns. Even then, no, because you upgrade. Hammer is also rare. Oh, some skills are only around 10. This is around 4 and 10. This is around 4 and this is definitely something you only buy around 10. Can be found around 10. You cannot even get this early. You can only get this around 10. With anvil. And today with 4 wood sword. Each did around 40 damage. What? The thing is you can't set up... You're not guaranteed this, right? So if you keep wood swords the entire game and you don't hit this around 10, you're fucked. So why would you ever have... You need this early to build around. You never have a common item by around 10 on the board. Unless you're trying to go for like... I guess, okay, so what if you play with wood sword and stones? Are you set up for either stone golem and get stoned, or you try and go prismatic sword, if with prismatic orb, or you hit hardwood and just go with a hardwood build. I don't know, man. I'm just yapping. There's like different, I guess it's different ways that you can look at the game now, different setups that you can have, but it's still tough, man. Like, playing till around 10 with wood swords is gonna be hard. Stone build with 5 in power with hardwood and stone would be 16 attack at 5 shield per stone. It's too much shit. You just get a good weapon. Like, all of these combos, all of these things, sure, they work together, but you can also just get a good weapon and play that instead and be stronger, you know? Like, need less gambling. Okay, we're halfway. I need to go faster. Mana Mastery. Mana orbs gain +7 random buffs. So if Mana Orb triggers, it gains more random buffs. Is that what it means? It's still only a single trigger though. Every 5 seconds you gain 3 mana. This just gives me pretty slow mana. 5 seconds, it's less than mana per second. Triggers 20% faster for each starred magic. Never mind, it has stars around it. If you have magic items, 20% is a lot. This could be a pretty fast mana trigger. And situationally, if you're doing a mana buff bomb, which isn't, I think, good anymore because mana orbs again have a single trigger only. I guess it's okay. This is round 4 and 10. Trying to play for hardwood sounds impossible. Yeah, I could like. The thing is, you don't see your shop, right? If you know that you're having like a wood sword in your next shop, you could consider it, but you don't know this. Unless like round 9. So one thing you can do is if you roll round 9 and you see a wood sword, you could lock it, for example, right? If you see common items, you could lock it and pray for this. There's ways that you can like now think about shop. Like, I think the skill ceiling definitely improved a lot. Like, there's a lot more outplay potential now. If you're in a bad situation, or like round 9 and round 3, you're now gonna look at your shops differently. If you know what the skills are and be like, oh, I found this, maybe I look, like I found the 2 piggies, maybe I'll look them and look for a piggy pinata. Oh, I have a potential to go stone golem. Let's lock this heart container and see if I get stoned, and then go maybe stone golem. Like, there's a lot of different routes now. I like this. I do like the idea so far of skills, even though it's like basically another class item, but for every class. If that makes sense. I think the game is heading in a good direction. I think the game, honestly, I think the game is in a really good spot. It'll be fun to play. I want to be able to play it. I've explained this a lot. I just hope there's more hype for it. I hope that people will return to it and that content will do well for it, but we'll see. Okay, next, Power of the Moon. Fatigue starts 3 seconds earlier. Alright. Okay, so Fatigue Reaper. You can get this around 4 and 10. What else does it do? It has a lot of stars. Starred Moon Armor activates. Inflict 1 blind. Starred Moon Shield activates. Reflect 1. Okay. So you need to get Moon Armor and Moon Shield, which both need Mana Orb, right? You inflict 1 blind. It's permanent blind, right? Actually, this would be dude. Fatigue could work, right? If they don't have blind resist or cleanse, you can just blind them for a shitload. And moon shields are a good defensive item anyway. Let's say you get this round 4, so you set up for fatigue, and then you get this round 10. And your shields and armor trigger faster. That's an insane combo. Power of the Moon with shielded would be insane. Gotta get lucky for that. Fatigue starts, heal for 50% of your maximum health. Oh, that is insane, to be honest. I think Fatigue Reaper could unironically work. Again, the issue is you can't force it. These are things you randomly get offered, so you gotta get lucky with it. But it's fun. I think it could work. The one other issue I'll say is it's hard to counter specific builds now. If the game is going to be this flexible and this many things are possible, you never know what you're going to face next. You don't know if you need to build like clans, you don't know if you need to build this or that. But I think that adds another element to the game where it's not just, oh, these are the meta builds, this is what I need to counter. No, there's no meta builds. Everyone just plays random shit to get offered. So you need to just be generally good, realize this is my build, these are my weak matchups, this is what I need, this could be worth it. I think the game is actually going to be way more difficult in high ranks. I like that. But again, it's going to be very different from how it used to be playing. Where you just force crossblades every round, like the beta days. The good old days. It could be fun to do another video like the evolution of Backpack. Like, because went through so many changes already compared to when I made my first guide. I'm stalling so much. Okay, I'm sorry. Power of the... that's what I read. Smithing for dummies. Okay. On buy, generate a whetstone. This is only available around 4, not 10. On buy, generate a whetstone. Start crafted weapons, deal +2 damage. I use 20% less stamina. Okay, so most weapons early are crafted, right? They just deal more damage, or use less stamina, and you get a whetstone. This seems really good. You get like hero longsword, like some tiny crafted bows with it. The start pattern also seems good to put next to hero longsword and put bows next to it. This seems really strong. I like this. Basically, if I see this early, I have a hero sword and like a bow on ranger. I always buy this, right? We get hero longsword, we get tiny bows, we go super giga burst because everything uses less stamina and deals more damage. Yeah. Acorn Ace. Acorn colors have more star slots. So this is a ranger item. Okay, I assume you can only get this on ranger, right? Items affected by acorn color use 10% less stamina. Crit with staff uses 50. Oh, it is only around 10. The fuck? That's the same issue again. Like, you can make a crit with staff, but if you don't hit this, then your acorn staff or your crit with staff isn't as good, right? But if you hit this, you want crit with staff. This is just a ranger item. Usually you have acorn colors. This is pretty decent if the others suck, right? You have less stamina. You can crit with more items. And I guess if you play magic staff, you could consider changing it to crit with staff and playing more weapons with it. Markswoman. It's kind of funny. Instead of marksman, markswoman. It's a bow. The start pattern is pretty cool. Start range weapons deal plus 15% damage. Attack 50% faster and a 50% plus 50% accuracy. That seems insane if you play any sort of ranged weapon build like magic staff or bows or... I like this item. It's around 4. Oh, you gotta... Yeah, if you get this, you can set up for it, right? The thing is, all of these are good, but none of these seem... Like, this seems like insane, but none of these seem like scaling. Like, these are strong early, they're a power spike. They'll be beneficial to you, but you still need a secondary way, like an actual way to play the game and skill, which is good. These just need to be little trinkets, right? Little bonuses. Except for this, which is literally your build. And I guess a few others. But these are not your build, they're just helping you nudge, like, or advance your build. Mushroom farm. They had for each single one, they had to come up with a different start pattern. Shop entered if you have at least 3 mushrooms, generate a fly agaric. So just, yeah, it's literally just farming mushrooms. I don't know what I expected. Start a battle, start mushrooms, trigger 30% faster. You play death sights and 1,000,000 mushrooms, is that it? And you get some poison. 30% faster, I think that's not very relevant. Like, I think early on you can play mushrooms around this for the 30% speed buff, but it's way better to just neglect this later, because you can just put food next to it. That's 20% speed bonus already anyway, right? It's better to have 2 food, touch a mushroom instead of have the mushrooms all around this. But it's okay. Is there a new mushroom? I don't think so, right? There's a new mushroom. There is a new mushroom, is there? Fuck, let me look at items. I assume it's a Reaper item. Oh, what the fuck? Doomcap! Ah, never mind. But this cannot be spawned by the thing. It specifically states it only summons fly agarics. Holy shit, this is a big ass mushroom. I like the looks of it. But it's a godly, so this is very late in the game that you get it. Every 3.5 seconds, inflict 3 poison. I reduce opponent's healing by 10%. So this is just better poison scaling. And it reduces opponent's healing by 10% every 3.5 seconds. So eventually the opponent does not heal at all. In itself, it's a good tech item already. If you have some food, you can speed up. It does take 4 slots. But it seems pretty good. In the end game. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Dark Ritual. After 13 seconds, inflict 20 debuffs, gain 10 vamp. That's a pretty long cooldown. But it triggers 20% faster for each stored dark item. So if you play dark items, let's say Dark Lantern, right? You just play this because it's a dark item itself as well. It could go behind the Dark Lantern. It's gonna inflict more debuffs. Maybe with Dark Saber, it's pretty good. You can get this around 10 only. And 10 vamp, you could do like, what's it called? Prismatic sword with it. It's also a dark item. It's a cool item, I guess, if you play dark build. Extra Angie. There's no way that they call this extra Angie. Battle Rage ended. After 3 seconds, enter Battle Rage for 50% of the duration. Wait. So you get a second Battle Rage after 3 seconds? This is really good if you play like Deerwood Guardian, because then the duration is pretty much infinite, right? There's a 3-second window where you don't have Battle Rage, so this seems good if you're playing a Battle Rage type of thing. They renamed the skill after Sylvia, yeah. Dragon said, every 1 second during Battle Rage, gain 1 heat. So you just scale heat with Battle Rage. Okay, I assume this can also be sped up. If you have Dragon Skill Armor, Dragon Skin Boots, and Dragon Claws, you need all 3. You have 2% lifesteal for each heat, up to 20. So you can get, like, you just need 10 heats to have 20% lifesteal on your weapons, right? But you also need all 3 of those items. Again, if you play a heavy Battle Rage build, sure, but also it takes 10 seconds then to get the max value out of this. It's okay, it's situational. I don't think it's that good, because there's no real other ways to get heats in Berserk. Of course, there's like class mixing, so you could get like peppers on Berserk, or there's other heat sources now. Sure, it's an item. Ever Burning. Burning Sword and Burning Blade use 30% less stamina. This is a pyro item. After 6 seconds, gain a heat for each flame. So after 6 seconds, you spike more heat. You can now do more Burning Sword combo with more weapons, I suppose. Like Burning Sword. You could play double Burning Sword? Double Burning Sword. Hold up. Am I cooking? No, because you need too many whetstones. That's not possible, right? It's literally infinite whetstones that you need for that. But you can play Burning Sword with like Hero Longsword or something. Go super hard burst. I don't know. Interesting though. Though this is round 4 though, so you would have to choose between this or the whetstone skill, right? You can't get both. The last one is Solaris. That's a cool start pattern. After 10 seconds, cleanse 20 debuffs, so it's just good cleanse. It's a turn 10 item or skill. Starts Sun Shield, blocked damage, 30% chance to gain heat. So if you have Sun Shields, you have a small chance to gain a heat. Sun Armor uses heat, you gain 10 armor. So you get more armor from Sun Armor. So if you're playing Pyro and you happen to play a more defensive build, this is really good, right? That's about it. I guess you don't need, I mean, Sun Shield and Sun Armor, you don't build it on a lot of bursts. So seems situational as well. But it's around 10 again. If you have the items, you might pick it. Okay, interesting. I think you could even skip, like if you get 3 useless skills, I don't know, they're 5 gold. You might even skip it, right? I think so. Let's play with it. I'm excited.